Andy's Random Rants.
Now, Dave Chappelle had one thing right when it came to his ability to tell the future and forecast his thoughts. Remember when keeping it real can go very wrong? Well, that's what happened at the Oscars. The truth of the matter about this slap thing with Will Smith and Chris Rock is that I truly feel bad for Chris Rock, because Chris Rock does not deserve that. He didn't deserve it. He's a funny comedian. He's one of the best. He earned his way, and he paved his own way, if you ask me. Like, he deserves the plateau that he's on and the spot that he has received. But the reason why I went forth with my jokes is because Chris Rock, if it was somebody else that got slapped, trust me, Chris Rock would have some jokes. He would have a whole bunch of jokes. I'm sorry, but still, at that, like, the dude, man, he's a stand-up guy, man, from what I can see and from what I understand. And I apologize for being insensitive, but a slap. I mean, but then again, it goes beyond that, because a physical thing, because that's a mental and humiliating and a bunch of things. But still, I apologize for my insensitivity or what have you, my disconnection towards empathy for the situation due to my joking matter. But like I said before, I hope everything gets resolved. And Will Smith, he just, I don't know, I'm not too sure if I approve of him as a character, and real life.
I tell you what.
Everybody has all their little scenarios and what if this and what if that, and if it was me and he should have did this and he should have did that, and all these long drawn out, he should have took him to the back and the side and waited till the moon rose and then it set again, and then all of a sudden you got a blue moon, and then he should have said, listen, I'm going to do it like this and we're going to do it like that, and then if something happens, then like, no, man, all right? If he had the balls to get up and walk up to Chris Rock in the middle of the whole award ceremony and do all of that in front of everybody, he could have walked up to him. He could have did anything. He could have snatched the mic from him and been like, give me this, like, and told everybody, like, listen, keep my, all right? He didn't have to snatch the mic. He could have just walked up and gave his coat a tug the way he did and said it without grabbing the mic in front of everybody. He could have got up there and act like he hit him, and like Mike Tyson did to Floyd Mayweather, and then walk back to the seat. There's plenty of things he could have did without a whole drawn out play and Broadway cast behind it. But I tell you, that DL Ugly, he's a smart one. He's a smart nigga. That one right there. You gotta watch him. He gonna be the next president in about 10 years. But he done got a lot of wisdom. He done grew a couple of wisdoms. He done grew a couple of wisdoms from back in the day. He done did some stuff in the Fresh Prince. He done did some things, standing up and telling the jokes. He's done the thing, but he's also, he's got the brain, up in there, all up in here. It's that BL Ugly. Because the stuff that it done said, I heard about what it was talking about the will, when he was talking about the willpower, that whole thing with the hand cock. He had his hand cocked, but Ugly, he was dropping the jewels. He was dropping the jewels all out of the pocket. He had jewels in his pocket. He was giving them out for free. I appreciate you, Ugly. Now that Will Smith has impregnated the world with Damien or something, all right? The way that I see this thing right here now is that, it's so weird how evil and pure evil works. How it, they say that it breaks up your family. Starts with the weakest, and there's a bunch of quotes and myths and whatever you want to call it, truths and all of that stuff, but you know what I'm trying to say, even folk tales, whatever you want to call it. But first, this whole incident, to 90-something% of the world, it was funny, it was hilarious. More like, it was shocking first, then it was funny, and then after it was funny, it was sad. After it being sad, if you have wisdom, it takes a little bit more than common sense. I wouldn't exactly say common sense, but the more wisdom you have, it'll go from being shocking to funny to sad to creepy. A horror show. If you have empathy, even though they don't need empathy, but first of all, he's never believed in God. He was always an atheist from what I remember. And there's a specific song that I listened to in my later years, and it really stood out. I'm not going to get into it right now. But when you have a religious sense, you know how the devil or demons work, right? And how slick they are. So in front of everybody, on the biggest moment, and maybe the biggest achievement, all of that stuff, just something that's supposed to be celebrated, just like a couple of people have said, Steve Harvey and D.L. Hughley, okay? Two very wise men. And I'm sure there were other people that have said it or stated what they stated. But Jada Pinkett was smiling the whole time he was up there crying. When you play things back, or you ever take a Polaroid shot and see somebody looking funny or looking at you weird in that moment and you would have never caught it, that's a whole video of somebody, they're just sitting there enjoying you looking like an idiot and in pain. Right? But over a stupid joke, they have no problem with you standing up and destroying your whole legacy in a matter of seconds. Over, boy, you're laying around with somebody that's rolling around with little kids and who knows what else, and you're gonna destroy your life over some stuff like that. But I mean, even though without the awards and the money, I guess your life. But anyway, it's very spooky to not have anybody. Sometimes it can be very lonely at the top, but we see these people and think that they have everything and stuff, and some of them don't even notice the world that they've created for themselves, or the world that have inhabitants upon.
Don't think it's the right boy.
But I do think that that's some spooky stuff. The person, people that you're closest to. I mean, but you created it for yourself.
Yeah, I'ma get it for you. Before the tribulation, I'ma get it
You know how
for
they
you.
be, you know how you have
I got this all set
sibling
for you.
quarrels,
I
brother
got
and
the right
sister,
left
brother and
hand,
brother,
just set it
sister and
on
sister,
ya.
quarrels and shit.
Rep for the game.
Chris Rock can't never get into no more quarrels with his brother Tony Rock or whatever other siblings he got.
Invite me to pull up, and then I pull up, I push it on your boy.
You already know. First thing that's gonna come out in a heated argument or some, you know, one of those things that the Thanksgiving dinner table. Like, oh yeah.
The prince gonna be that king one day. But you
Well, I didn't get nobody's backhand smeared on me in front of everybody. I never met Bigfoot. Nah, but in all seriousness, once again, all jokes aside, you know how you get ready for them like a bowl or an event, a vacation or dinner party or birthday party or something, and people that are married or living together, you know, guys live that kind of life. You're getting together. I mean, you're going out. You guys are getting ready together. And then the shit talking starts. Because you know, it's a new day. And you're expecting an award. You feel like you're on top of the world. And you ain't never show anybody you're gangster. So you like, yeah, babe, we getting the front row seat tonight. Somebody say some funny stuff, I'm smacking the shit out their ass, right, babe? Yeah, Will, we know you're slapping somebody, just like the reporter, just like whoever else. You're gonna smack. You said you were gonna smack Eddie Murphy and smack 50 Cent. But yeah, okay. Well, so when that joke came on, when old Chris Rock told that joke, everybody got little reverbs of what happened and shit. There wasn't nothing said. It was already said. She gave him that look like, and now, what did you say you were gonna do? And he had to live up to it. You seen that little tug he did on his coat? Like, yep. I told you, babe. This is a new day. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Keep your goddamn hands off my wife.
Keep your goddamn hands off my wife.
You crazy, man. You crazy. Keep your goddamn hands off my wife. You crazy. Man, you crazy. But yeah, that was my last joke. My last Oscar joke. Cause it's not, it's like it's really a serious thing, and it's a sad thing that that happened, for real. And I'm sorry that I have jokes. I am like, but nobody got killed. Fortunately, Chris is a strong enough person not to go and harm himself from humiliation and stuff, and I pride him on that, and I respect him even more than ever. But boy, man. Chris got family. Will ain't gonna be able to go no place. Somebody gonna fucking bell biv to blow that ass. Word. Feel me. So yeah, I just added in my first post about this situation, Chris Rock and Will Smith, that me being the judge that I am, what I would do is I would take Will Smith's award from him and I would give it to Chris Rock. That's what I would do. I think that is the most fair and reasonable balance of the situation, except also including that Chris Rock gets to perform a face slap on national television. You know, and due to the courtesy of how he feels and, you know, how and where he would want to take it, he may just, you know, give him a tap and, you know, or pat him on the head. But he should be able to slap the crap out of him in front of everybody and also be entitled to his award. And because humiliation, in which that was in every kind of way, it shouldn't be tolerated or commended or accepted in any kind of way. And we all are laughing and joking and, you know, like I said in my post, I'm not taking down my post, but at the same time, I'm gonna balance it out with this post because I just don't believe in that. And Chris Rock, I like Chris Rock. You know, I've always admired his work, all the way down to Pookie, like for real, like. That's a hard character to look past and admire somebody, you know. But I mean, he's done some work. Like, he doesn't deserve that crap. He doesn't deserve that at all, not at all. And it's a shame that we all got on it and on the bandwagon and just did a roller coaster ride on him. And like something like that, humiliation. Like, we could have just lost an icon. We could have just lost an iconic person, maybe even revolutionary in his own way. Like, I mean, he could have went home and did something that nobody would have thought that Chris Rock was capable of doing. And there's many doors to open when it comes to that. And I commend him for me and everyone else not having to hear about something about him in the tabloids, all the way down to him talking crap. He didn't, you know, I mean, he needs to be over and more than commended than that. Like, I mean, he's gained my respect. Whatever respect I've had for him, there's a lot of people that I've lost respect for in time. And this situation right here is something that he himself, he's gained my respect. It gives me ambition and inspiration and all kinds of things to witness something like that. Like, you know, I could have played out in so many different ways. I mean, it would have still been funny to me too, but it would have been screwed up. But like when it first happened, I said, what if, like, you saw the suit that Chris Rock was wearing, the shiny freaking suede suit or whatever it was. And it's like, you know, they all dipped out and, you know, they looking sharp. If Chris Rock would have swung off on them and both of them fell to the floor, and they both were on the floor, fucking shiny shoes, kicking on the shiny floor, and their shiny suits, they over there rumbling and hitting each other. You hear the fucking, the microphone just, yo, that shit would be fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. But think about this one. What if Chris Rock was packing? What if he just happened to be Aretha Franklin up there? Yeah, with the bag. And then old Will hops up and smacks him, and he just whips out that thing and heats him up in front of everybody. Do you know what that would do for our culture? Do you know what this did to our culture? Will, did they pay you to do this to us, huh? Because he's an atheist. Please, don't tell me you're over there with the upside down pyramid stuff, alright? But, what, I mean, did they pay you to do that? Like, man, do you guys understand what he just did to us? Like, he just set us back how many 100 years? I'm serious. And I said it in my first post. It's not a joke. But I'm tired. So I'm gonna finish eating these chocolate mousse covered Pop-Tarts. Oh man. Hey mom, what are you doing over there? Oh, cause I was about to sock you one. I thought that you was alright. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Alright? It's Randy. Check me out. YouTube. Randy's Random Rants. Yeah. Oh, Mom. Oh man, you're cooking over here. I thought you was a zombie.
Check it out. I'm writing on the chalkboard. What you looking at?